I mean Israel, I'm talking about the Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians. The Lord's 54th annual Passover is going down again this year, sundown, April 1st at 500 South Salisbury Street in Raleigh, North Carolina at the Downtown Conventional Center. It's got enough room for all of us. The Lord's 54th annual Passover. Last year, brothers and sisters showed up from all over the world, rocking ancient garments and glorious apparel in order to serve the Most High in Christ. Now, it's that time again. Commander General Yohana's putting out the decree for all brothers and sisters to show up sundown, April 1st in Raleigh, North Carolina. Join us at the Sheraton in Raleigh, the hotel right downtown. It's at 421 South Salisbury. The Passover is right up the block at the convention center, literally within walking distance. Make sure you pull up. Make sure that you do your due diligence because rooms are going fast and they are limited this weekend. You understand? We have months in advance of preparation. Shalom, Israel. And when I mean Israel, I'm talking about the Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians. The Lord's 54th annual Passover is going down again this year, sundown, April 1st at 500 South Salisbury Street in Raleigh, North Carolina at the Downtown Conventional Center. It's got enough room for all of us. The Lord's 54th annual Passover. Last year, brothers and sisters showed up from all over the world, rocking ancient garments and glorious apparel in order to serve the Most High in Christ. Now, it's that time again. Commander General Yohana's putting out the decree for all brothers and sisters to show up sundown, April 1st in Raleigh, North Carolina. Join us at the Sheraton in Raleigh, the hotel right downtown. It's at 421 South Salisbury. The Passover is right up the block at the convention center, literally within walking distance. Make sure you pull up. Make sure that you do your due diligence because rooms are going fast and they are limited this weekend. You understand? We have months in advance of preparation. Do not wait till the last minute to get your room. The Lord's 54th annual Passover, Saturday, April 1st in Raleigh, North Carolina. Join us there.
It's about time, send the curses to them enemies.
The 54th ISUPK Passover, Raleigh Convention Center. It's called 811.
When I finish, join us when I start. Big shine, big glow. I be gone till November, let my bitch know. I'm back by the winter, bubbling like Crisco. I need my pockets all swollen like a lymph node. Talking out the side of your neck, get you a slit throat. I stay broke, don't care if I got $1 million. Looking down on me, I put your brains on the ceiling. Fuck kicking down the door, we about to demo the building. These fake cats all in these groups, I wonder who ya. Shoot ya off your pulpit, hallelujah. 4-pound gun youngin' down like it's a cougar. On my feet, combat boots, or is it Puma? Words spreading around about me, none of it rumor. All truth, very big facts, very large caliber on very small gaps. Compact pistols, ladders, and all that. About to throw the switch in the Nina for rapid fire. Got the 5.7 equipped with the magnifier. Boom shakalaka equipped with the rim rocker. We ain't really got beat, yeah, Ramak would have been shot you. The best rhymer, Synth Pac and Big Papa. Big Llama, Big Juice, I'm Big Jamba. Quarter tank of gas, I'm not a big Jamba. In sweat, not in
and he's standing up for your life. He's part the legacy and the entire nation of Israel. Walk out of slavery.
One West bedded, one West pumping through my blood, don't forget it. One West in my brain, one West in my heart, one West when I'm finished, one West when I start.
This is the Raleigh Convention Center. It's a big lobby too.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Convention Center, taking it to the next level, worldwide.
Yes, sir.
So these are the two escalators.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Yep, it's 2 here. So we'll be A and B.
All right.
All right, so N and B. So we'll have from here to the back there. So that means restroom.
So A and B.
Yeah.
Okay.
So from here, I believe.
They said that corner that corner that.
Huh?
From there, all the way down.
Hey, let me tell y'all something, brothers and sisters. Okay, I want you to understand. I want you to understand something, and why this is so important. Because when Satan tried to overthrow the truth, it was but a handful, and I mean a small handful of brothers that came together. Big shout out to General Muhammad, General Maya, General Haas, General Shalmar, General Kathum and General Q, and all the captains and soldiers that came through, and all the beautiful sisters. It was just a handful of brothers. Satan thought to overthrow this truth, which is why we've been coming together for 54 years to promote this truth, and why you got to be here, why I want you here. I'm just telling you straight up. You know what I'm saying? This ain't even a promotion. This is why I want you here. Take a look at this. Give me a panoramic of this right quick. All the way around. And once again, this is a mark of what this truth has done for us and what the Lord have done for us. This wasn't done by man. This was the Most High doing this, because he handed us this truth and we held on to it. And it's a beautiful thing. And I can't wait to see y'all April 1st. It's going to be amazing. Oh man. This is just what we need.
All right, shalom. This is the ISUPK Wednesday Locus. Also, check out Commanding General Johanna's radio show, which is Monday and Saturday, 2 a.m. UK time. We have classes here in the school, 394 Lodge Road, B18 5PW. You can catch those Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, 7 p.m. till 9. We have online ones Tuesday and Friday, 7 p.m. till 9. We also have the Passover coming up April 1st, man. Raleigh, North Carolina. Everyone should be ready and ready to go. We got that coming up. And then that's followed by what? The Feast of Unleavened Bread. So we'll be, the UK will be making the trip to Raleigh, North Carolina. And any questions, just type them in the chat. Hold on, give me 1 second. Let me just put the banner up. So any questions or comments, type it in the chat and we'll get to them. Hold on, let me get my notes. All right, so there was a thing on Channel 4 called Honey Trap. So it was a man that was trapped by, basically, women like the watches that he had, and they set him up, man. They set him up and he was stabbed to death. So that's what we're going to go into. It's called Honey. It was called Honey Trap. It was called Honey Trap Murder. My Honey Trap Murder. So they set him up. And then obviously the women came, set him up. And then the men came and murdered him. So we're going to go into that. We're also going to go into precepts on how to avoid those things happening. We're going to go into date rape, drugs, and all of those kind of things. Because obviously your drug dealer condones rape. You know how you know your drug dealer condones rape? Why? Because he's the one that sells the drugs, which enables the person buying the drugs to rape people. Hold on, give me 1 second. Hey, Shalom, Hakim, Shalom, Yoba Shopify. Turn that speaker on quite as well, I believe it's gone off. Say something, Hakim. Is the volume up on that? Is that on aux?
Yeah, it should be on now.
Say something, Hakim. No, it's not outside. It should be. It might be his side. Hakim, say something. I believe you might have to fix your speaker or something. Yeah, it's your side because ours is Tawab. So I can say that again. Hold on, let me go on YouTube and see if I can hear you coming through.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's Tawab now.
Can't.
Tawab now. So now there's a program which came on. Yeah, I can hear you now. So now there's a program which came on, and this man was set up by two women. He thought he was going to have a threesome with two women, man. And the women came around to his apartment. And then when one of them was having sex with him, what did the other one do? She snuck out of the apartment and wedged the broom between the doors so the killers could come in, man. This man thought he was going to have a threesome and his life was going to be good. And he died because of it, man. And we're going to go into some precepts, man. There's certain women that you're supposed to avoid as a man. And there's certain men you're supposed to avoid as a woman, man.
That's
and these types of women he was supposed to avoid. He should have seen the signs, man. He should have seen the signs that these is the type of women that he should avoid. It's lucky I can get me Proverbs chapter 5 and verse 1.
Good one, Carl.
Yeah, Proverbs 5 and 1.
Proverbs.
Also, any questions, just type them in the chat. Go ahead.
Proverbs 5 verse 1. My son, attend unto my wisdom and bow thine ear to my understanding.
And this means, listen, man. When a wise man speaks, you must listen to this wise man speaking, because the words that this wise man is going to give you is going to save your life, man. The wise words is going to save your life. Go ahead.
That thou mayest regard discretion.
And you need discretion, man. There's certain women out there you need to use. You need to think, why is this woman trying to have sex with me? What makes me different to all the other men out there, man? Why does she want to come and see me? What has she seen from me that she hasn't seen from somebody else? Whereas she just wants to come and have sex with you straight away. You have to wonder what has she seen from me that makes her want to do this? Use discretion, man. If you use discretion, he would have realized something ain't adding up, man. And then she said to him, my friend lives in your area. Can we come to yours? He should have used discretion, man. That should have been something ain't adding up. Go ahead.
And that thy lips may keep knowledge.
That thy lips may keep knowledge. Go ahead.
For the lips of a strange woman drop as a honeycomb.
And a strange woman, her words is sweet and smooth, man. Honeycomb is what? Something which is sweet. And they tell you sweet things, man. And it sounds good and people fall for it, man. This scripture right here is about avoiding adultery and strange women and all of those kind of things. Go ahead.
And her mouth is smoother than oil.
And her mouth is smoother than oil, meaning what? In the beginning, things seem great. Everything seems right. They're saying all the right things. You think this is the one and all of those kind of things, man, because you ain't used discretion. Go ahead.
But her end is bitter as wormwood.
But her what?
Her end is bitter like wormwood.
Her end is bitter as wormwood, meaning poison, man. And this woman is going to poison you, man. And it happens to so much men. Man, listen, every man that's on child support, he will tell you this woman is more bitter than wormwood, man. Every man that's on child support and in jail because of a woman, or has been in any situations because of a woman, he will tell you her end is bitter than wormwood, man. More bitter than wormwood. He will tell you how she's done with him is worse than how poison will do to you, man. Go ahead.
Sharp as a two-edged sword.
What?
Sharp as a two-edged sword.
Sharp as a two-edged sword, man. You're messing around with a woman that has a man. Your time's coming, man. One day that man is going to hunt your life, and she's going to tell that man also, man. And the thing is this, how it usually happens is if you're messing around with another man's woman, guess what happens? That man don't harm her, he comes and harms you, man. His issue is with you. Don't touch another man's woman, man. Go ahead.
Her feet go down to death.
Her what?
Her feet go down to death.
And once you get past the beauty and how good she looks, one, that's all you see in the beginning. If you could get past all of those things, you would see her feet goes down to death, man. You would see, listen, if you could look past the beauty of some of these women you be chasing, you would see behind that beauty, your death's be right behind it, man. If you could see behind that beauty, this woman is gonna set honey traps, spike your drink with stuff, all of those kind of things, man. Go ahead.
Her steps take hold of hell.
Her what?
Her steps take hold of hell.
Her steps take hold of hell, man, and that's gonna be your destruction, man. And you, most of us have to end up on child support before we realize, you know what, maybe I shouldn't have. You have to end up in jail before we realize maybe I shouldn't have. Her steps take hold on hell, man. Go ahead.
Lest thou shouldest ponder the path of life. Her ways are movable.
Her ways are what?
Thou canst not know them.
Says her ways are movable that you can't know them, man. Meaning her mind changes all the time. Her ways are movable that you cannot know them, man. You're thinking she loves you. No, man. Her ways are movable. Go ahead.
Hear me now, therefore, O ye children, and depart not from the words of my mouth.
Go ahead.
Remove thy way far from her, and come not near the door of her house.
And this is giving you wisdom and telling you the certain types of women whose house you shouldn't even be going to, man. Don't go nowhere amongst them.
Right.
And what you'll find is a ton of these ones is in the club. A ton of these ones is the loudmouth ones on the street, screaming, shouting. And all the signs are there. Before you get with them, all the signs are there. But cause men now have taught to think with their penis, you can't get past the beauty. So you just see, yeah, she's beautiful. I'm willing to take whatever comes with it. And it's not supposed to be that way, man. Because why? Her ways lead to hell, man. Right. Her ways lead to your destruction and child support. And this is why in here there's a 6-month rule, man. This is why in here there's a 6-month rule. Whereas with the 6-month rule, you can see what demons she has, man. You can see what issues she has. You can see what problem she has. Within 6 months, all them demons is going to come out, man. But if you don't give it time, guess what happens? You have this woman, and then the demons come out, and it's too late for you to say, you know what, I'm out. You can't even leave now. Why? Because you're already attached to her. You're married to her now. Go ahead.
Lest thou give thine honor unto others.
Let's what?
Lest thou give thy honor, Salakia. Lest thou give thine honor unto others.
And you don't want to give your honor unto others, man. And the strange woman here is speaking of women from other nations, man. You give your honor unto others. Guess what happens? Listen, that's Tiger Woods, man. He gave his honor to others, man. That's OJ Simpson and all of them men that married women that wasn't supposed to. They gave their honor unto others, man. As Serena Williams, she gave her honor unto others. Go ahead.
And thy years unto the cruel.
And you give your years unto the cruel, man. Most of your years is what? Gonna be in jail behind you dealing with the wrong type of woman, man. Most years of your life is gonna be spent in jail, spent stressed, spent on child support, probably get killed like the brother did in the honey trap murder. Go ahead.
Let strangers be filled with thy wealth.
And then you let strangers be filled with your wealth, man. Go ahead.
And thy labors be in the house of strangers.
And this is what happens when you give yourself to the wrong type of woman, man. Your wealth ends up in the house of strangers. Listen, man. Like that brother yesterday, man. He wanted to mess around with hoes, and his wealth ended up in the house of strangers, and he ended up dead, man. Hold on, let me see if there's any YouTube footage of the documentary. Give me just a second. Did you watch it, Hakian?
Let us, sir.
You watch it, Kotazal?
No. What is
Damn, you don't like British TV, do you?
I heard something about that, you know.
You don't like British TV, innit?
I can't remember where. Was it on? I think it was you that you put it in the thing.
Yeah, probably. Hold on, give me 1 second.
I was thinking, where did I hear about that?
Hold on. Hold on. Let me find it. Where is it? What is his name again? Hold on. Hold on, wait a minute. Let me see if we can find the documentary one. Hold on, this is just a little. Is that shown on the screen, Hakim?
Can't say.
Nice and small. Hold on, yeah. So basically, what you'll see here, this is the girls leaving his apartment after they've set him up. Hold on. So now this is him letting the girls. Now this is him letting the girls into his apartment. So now he's thinking he's going to have a threesome, man. Not realizing he's going to be dead the same night. Not realizing that they're setting him up, man. They seen pictures of his watches on Instagram. They saw pictures of his watches on Instagram. So what did they do? They messaged him. And then he thought, oh, these women like him, and they picked him to have a threesome with them. And what's he done? Invited them around, man. Now, how do you avoid this? By understanding that threesomes is against God, man.
Right.
That's how you avoid this.
That's right.
If you understood that threesomes was against God, he would still be alive today, man.
Right.
Because he would know that they're whores, and he would know they're not coming around, man, because I don't do threesomes. Whereas sin adds to sin, man. You're thinking, yeah, you're just breaking one law. If he kept this law, he would still be here today, man.
Right.
But sin is added on to sin. Now you're thinking you're going to have a threesome, and these women is thinking they're going to get you robbed, and them men is thinking we're coming to kill him, man. Imagine there's three different sins in the space of 5 minutes, man. Whereas if he had kept the laws of the Lord, he wouldn't be in this situation, man.
That's right.
Sometimes breaking the laws of God puts you in situations which will cost you your life, man.
Right.
And this is one of them situations which cost him his life. Hold on, let's play some more. What the girl done there is, hold on. So they've come in now. So what this girl's doing here, the other woman at this stage is currently in the room having sex with the man. And she props up this broom that you see here. She takes this broom and she puts it in between the door. So the door stays open, because obviously that must be one of those doors that lock once it's shut. So he's too busy having sex, not realizing this is going to be the last time he ever has sex, man.
Right.
Because these women is setting him up and hunting his life. Hold on, let's play some more. Now they come in now. This is the killer, him there. Now, did you see the knife? So hold on.
Constant.
Let me see if I can find it. Hold on. So there's the knife there. So imagine this. They went to rob him, but ended up killing him, man. Which lets you know one sin leads to a next, man. Right. Your mission was to rob him, but then you've ended up killing him. And this is why it's very important that we keep all the laws of God, man. Because you break one of those laws, you broke them all, man. You breaking one can lead to you breaking the next one. And that's what happened with these men right here. If all of these kept God's laws, guess what would happen? The drug dealer wouldn't be able to sell them. And also, they put date rape drugs in his drink, man. These drugs that they put in your drink is supposed to make you fall asleep, but obviously they didn't administer enough for him. So he wasn't asleep. So the men came in and obviously stabbed him because he was trying to defend himself. Well, let's see if it shows when he walks to the door. These is the women, man. This one's East Indian, this one's African. And these is the women that he wanted to have a threesome with, man. And the Bible warns us about these strange women, man. Right. You know how this could have been avoided? By avoiding strange women, man. That's right. By avoiding strange women, man. It could have been avoided. Read on Hakian.
Come on, counsel. Lest thou give thine honor unto others, and thy years to the cruel.
Go ahead.
Lest strangers be filled with thy wealth.
And now these strangers was filled with his wealth, man. They came in, they took them watches, and you know what the saddest part about it is? The watches was fake, man. The watches was fake. So now they're doing all this time in jail over fake watches. And that's besides the point. Whether the watches is fake or real, you shouldn't steal anyway, man, because it's not yours. Right. The watch could have been cardboard or plastic. This man's got the right to have what he wants to have, man. Right. You have no right to steal his goods. And this is why you have to stay away from strange women, man. You're thinking you're going to have a good time. They're setting you up, man. That's right. They're setting you up. And they will come and have sex with you knowing there's going to be a man that's going to break in and rob you in 10 minutes, man. That's right. That's why it's very important. You get a wife from in here, man. Right. That's what I'd say. Or if there's a sister out there, you know, you get to know her beforehand, man. Get to know her. Make sure she's not like these women, man. Make sure she don't just want you for your riches. Read on her, Ken. Hold on, let me see if we can play more of this, if it shows anymore. And you know how stupid they are? Imagine this. You go and kill a man, but you're driving around a rental that's got a tracker in there. Now, the police tracked his every step from at least 3 days before. Police said he was here. And they said, in the car you had, you know it's got a tracking device which shows everywhere you've been. Listen, man. Crime ain't for black people, man. Right. Black people don't even think about they're covering their tracks or nothing. That's right. This man, after he killed him, guess what he done? Went to the petrol station and was hoovering the car. Police showed him the CCTV of him in the petrol station, and his legs started shaking, man. Listen, man, we ain't supposed to commit these crimes towards one another. Right. Let's play some more, if there's any more to even play. So then the police even went to KFC, man, from 2 days before to work out who it was in the Montclair coat. And they even went to Montclair, man. Listen, man, these designer brands ain't got your back, man, because once the police contacted them, guess what Montclair did? They sent the police a copy of the coat, man, and told the police this person brought it on this day, and only 69 people in the UK own this jacket. We've only sold 69 in the UK. Listen, man, these designer brands even is throwing you in jail. Information from the manufacturer revealed that only 69 of these coats had been sold online in the UK at the time, one of which had been delivered to Afia's home address. So listen, they even knew his address because he ordered it online, and they said only 69 of these coats have been sold in the UK. This man got caught. Why? Because they seen the coat on camera, and they seen him in the coat on KFC. And then when they contacted Montclair said, yes, this man, we sold him a coat, and it was delivered to this address. And that's how they caught him, because of the coat, man. and the girl's got about 7 years. One of them got 7 years, the other got 10 years. Listen, man, the girl should have got way longer than that because they set up the whole thing, man. They should have sent them down for a long time to set an example, man. That's what they should have done. Sent them down for a long time to set an example. Yeah, we can drop that. Go ahead, I can keep reading that one for me.
Khan. And thou mourn at the last, when thy flesh and thy body are consumed.
Go ahead.
Khan, and say, how have I hated instruction?
And then you're going to say, how have I hated instruction, man? You're going to say, why didn't I listen? Why do I hate instruction? Why don't I listen when people speak to me? Most people have to learn the hard way, and you have to end up in these kind of situations until you realize you should have listened to instructions, man. Now you're going to be like, why do I hate instruction so much? You're going to put your hands on your head and say, why do I hate instruction so much once these things happen to you, man? Go ahead.
Khan. And my heart despised reproof.
And what?
And my heart despised reproof.
And your heart despised reproof. Go ahead.
Khan. And have not obeyed the voice of my teachers, nor inclined my ear to them that instructed me.
Listen, man, that means you better follow these laws, statutes, and commandments, man.
That's right.
That means you better listen to the counsel, man. You incline your ear unto wisdom, until your teachers, man. You follow the orders that you're given, because if you don't follow the orders, if the order says go right and you take a left, obviously something's going to go bad. It's like following a sat-nav. If the sat-nav says turn right and you turn left and fall off a cliff, whose fault's that? You can't blame the sat-nav. You're supposed to turn right, man. Right. And you went the wrong way. And once you go the wrong way, the fault's on you. Go ahead.
Khan, nor incline my ear unto them that instructed me. I was almost in all evil in the midst of the congregation and assembly. Drink waters out of thine own citizen.
This means just marry your own type of woman when it says drink waters out of your own citizen. Because if this chapter was talking about adultery and strange women, so this is saying stick with your own people. Go ahead.
And running water out of thine own well.
And have your own well also, man. Go ahead.
Khan. Let thine fountains be dispersed abroad, and rivers of water in the streets.
Go ahead.
Let them be only thine, Salakia. Let them be only thine own, and not strangers with thee. Let thy foundation be blessed. Let thy foundation be blessed, and rejoice with the wife of thy youth.
And it says, rejoice with the wife of thy youth, man. Because usually when you're young, the people that are around you is your sisters, man. Usually when you're young, the people that is around you is your sisters, man. Is people of your own race. And it says, rejoice with the wife of your youth, man. Meaning someone similar to yourself. Obviously, don't be getting older and wanting something that you're not supposed to have. Because both these women were strange women, man. Both of these women were strange women, and they hunted his life, man. Right. They hunted his life, and they got him, man. He thought it was just going to be, a threesome. Listen, man, understand this. The Lord's laws are in place for a reason. Now, if God's laws was kept that night, he would still be alive today, man. If God's laws was kept that night, these brothers wouldn't be in jail, man. If God's laws was kept that night, these women wouldn't be in jail either, man. Because why? The first man would have said, it's against God to have threesome, so that's not going to happen. Then the men would have said, it's against God to rob and do armed robbery and those things, so we're not going to rob nobody. And then everybody would have been free, man. But because we don't keep the laws of God, jail's waiting for us. Death and jail is waiting for us if we don't keep these laws, man. Go ahead.
Khan. Let her be as the loving hind and a pleasant roe. Let her breasts satisfy thee at all times.
And obviously, this is talking about your own woman, man. Be satisfied with your own type of woman and don't want somebody else's woman and don't want these strange women. Says, let your woman satisfy you at all times. Go ahead.
Khan. And be thou ravished always with her love. And why wilt thou, my son, be ravished with a strange woman and embrace the bosom of a stranger.
Go ahead.
Quran Khan. For the ways of a man are before the eyes of the Lord.
And the ways of a man are before the eyes of the Lord, man. Understand this? These women is sent to you, and you're meant to curve them and say, "Nah, man, it's not going to happen." The Lord sees what you're doing, man. You're meant to curve them. Obviously, this man didn't curve them, and then they sent men to rob him, and they sent men to rob him and kill him. And that's what happens, man. When you look at a woman and think, "Oh, she's beautiful," when you're just thinking lust, you put yourself in a position that you wouldn't usually put yourself in, man. Everyone's been there before. You put yourself in a position you wouldn't usually put yourself in. Like usually for a woman, a man would travel the whole country. A man would travel the whole country for a woman, man. But for things that he's supposed to do, he's not willing to put in that same effort, man. He ain't willing to put in that same effort. Go ahead.
Quran Khan. And he pondereth all his goings. His own iniquities shall take the wicked himself.
His what?
His own iniquities shall take the wicked himself.
And his own iniquities took him, man. Because he was what? In the process of breaking one of God's laws. He was in the process of sinning, and one of his own iniquities took him, man. Meaning his own transgression, he died while he was committing his transgressions, man. And some men came in, and then obviously they stabbed him in it and cut an artery, and he bled to death, and no one found him until the next day. So they only found him the next day once he was already dead. Go ahead.
Quran Khan. And he shall be holden with the cords of his sins.
He shall be what?
Holden with the cords of his sins.
And everyone should learn from this man's death, and the lesson from this should be stay away from these hoes, man. That should be the lesson, man.
Right.
The lesson should be stay away from these hoes, man.
Right.
Because they could be setting you up for your death or whatnot, man. Just stay away from them so you can live.
That's right.
This ain't the first time this has happened. There was one that came on years ago. Can you remember that one that came on years ago when the guy was running through the field and the men stabbed him and the girl set him up in the park? What was it called again?
And it was a proper.
It was like a movie they made of it.
Yeah.
And I remember after that, men weren't seeing women for ages after that. Every man was like, I ain't seen no women for at least a month. What was it called now? Was it called My Murder? Hold on, let me see if it was called that. I'm sure it was called that. This one, isn't it?
Yeah, that.
Let me see if I can just. Let me see if I can get the highlights.
Yeah, I remember that back at the day. I think like part 6 of it.
Is it? Let me see.
Part 6.
Let me see how. This is it. This is it, isn't it?
Yeah.
So this also happened in the UK. This was years ago. Hold on. Let me show this one.
She had that abusive boyfriend, isn't it? So I'm like,
They probably just said that to Dean.
Belly up. Come on, Mr. Fox.
Whereabouts is your cousin's place?
Sir.
Come in. We back up. Go. We ready. We ready. We ready. Yes, sir. Come.
Oh my goodness.
Listen, man. That was in I can't remember what year that was in. And this is why you have to stay away from these hoes, man.
That's right.
That's
Because this man, imagine, do you see how the girl was looking? I can imagine she was looking. This is a movie depiction. Imagine she set him up, made him jump off the bus, and then got him stabbed up, man. And this is why, as a man, you have to show discernment, man.
That's right.
Because people think only men can be evil, whereas I'm yet to see a man set up a woman to get killed like that. I ain't seen it. Maybe it happens. I believe it probably does, but I ain't seen it. Now, all these stories happen too often, man. A man gets set up by a woman. Wait, I'm sure he was with somebody else's woman, right? I'm sure it was somebody else's woman he was with. And this is the problem, man. Stay away from married women, man.
Right.
Stay away from a next man's woman. Why?
That's right.
He's gonna want to kill you, man. And in his mind, he's right to want to, but he's not supposed to. Stay away from next man's women, man. Because you're gonna get killed, man. There's a man out there where all he's got is this woman and he loves her to death, man. And then he finds out she's messing around with you. He's going to kill you, man. And if that woman's not his, just look at it like this. If that woman's his woman and she's not loyal to him, why are you going to be surprised when she sets you up, man? If she's not even loyal to her own man because she's having sex with you, what makes you think she's going to be loyal to you?
Right.
Don't be surprised if she's having sex with you and another man walks in the bedroom and stabs you, man.
Right.
It's going to happen. She ain't even loyal to the man she's married to. And you're thinking you can trust her and she's loyal to you. You can't trust an adulterous woman, man.
Right.
You cannot trust an adulterous woman. Because if you could trust her, guess what? She would be faithful to the man that she's with.
Right.
Forget all of this. She was with him and she's left him and now she's with me because I treat her better. What happens when you don't treat her right one day? What do you think is going to happen? She's going to be on to her 70th man, her 80th man. Listen, man, you think she ain't left man before? It happens all the time, man.
Right.
And this is what happens when you think with your penis, man. You end up getting chased down and stabbed. Was there any more in that Hakim that you had?
Khan, last verse 23, sir.
Go ahead.
He shall die without instruction.
You shall what?
He shall die without instruction.
And you're gonna end up dying without instruction. And these two brothers died without instruction, man. Go ahead.
One Khan, and in the greatness of his folly, he shall go astray.
And you go astray in your foolishness, and the punishment is death, man. Give me James chapter 1 and verse 14.
Khanson. James 1 verse 14.
Damn, you found that quick, boy.
Oh, so lucky.
I see it. No, carry on. I see you've been studying. You found that quick.
But every man is tempted when he is drawn away of his own lust and enticed.
And every man, when he's drawn away of his own lust, is tempted, man. Meaning what? If you lust for threesomes and holes and all of them things, you're going to be drawn away by that, man. And you think you're going to enjoy these things and enjoy it forever. It don't work that way, man. Go ahead.
Then when lust have conceived.
And now lust, it starts off in your mind. And he's thinking, that offered me a threesome. Really, the right thing to say is, "No, I'm good. I don't want that." But when lust is conceived, he says, "You know what? My address is ABC. Come down. Go ahead."
In Quran Khan. And sin, when it is finished, bringeth forth death.
And now he conceived it. It bringeth forth sin, and sin, when it's finished, brings forth death, man. And this is why you shouldn't be drawn away of your lust, man.
That's right.
Whenever you're feeling like you want to do something and you know it's not right, phone for counsel. You phone for counsel, and the brother over you will say, "Nah, don't do that. It's against God. We'll put you back on the right track." But brothers in the world, they don't have nobody to call, man. They don't have nobody to call. They don't have nobody over them, and the people they do have over them is sinners who tell them to go and do the wrong thing. Whereas in here, we ain't going to tell you to go do the wrong thing. Right. Drop that. Give me Deuteronomy chapter 23 and verse 17. Actually, let me get that one.
Quran Khan. Deuteronomy 23:17, sir.
Yeah, that's the one I believe.
There shall be no whore of the daughters of Israel.
There shall be what?
No whore of the daughters of Israel.
So now, that's step one. If we acknowledge this precept, this man would have never invited these women around, man. If he understood there should be no whores, even though they ain't sisters, but if he understood there should be no whores in general, then they wouldn't have got invited around, man.
Right.
They'd have just stayed on Instagram, and they would have found somebody else. Because why the Bible says a whore is a deep ditch that will hunt your life, man. And they hunted his life for the sake of some fake watches, man. Read that for me one more time.
Quran Khan, Deuteronomy 23:17. There shall be no whore of the daughters of Israel, nor a sodomite.
And now, what do these hoes do? They dress up beautiful in short clothes and all of those things, which entices men. So they know how to get a man's attention. So what do? Start sending nudes. Imagine they start sending nudes, knowing a man is going to say, "Come around." Knowing a man is going to say, "Come around tonight." That's what they do. They entice you with nakedness and all of those kind of things. Most of them have never heard a man say to them, "Put your clothes back on, man." they've never heard a man say, "Nah, put your clothes on." So now they know what works. They know getting their clothes off works. They know if they want to set you up is too easy. All they do, get their clothes off, send you a picture, and you're going to say when, what time. You're going to say, "I can come and see you right now." Not realizing they're setting you up, man. Why do you think when men want to set up another man, what does he do? Uses a woman, man. Police even do it, man. Police used to send women with wires, man. And they would end up getting all the information. When the Philistines wanted to set up Samson, what did they do? Use the woman, man. Because they know men love women. So they send your weakness. And there's nothing wrong with loving women, but you have to love the right type of woman, man. Right. You have to love the right type of woman and in the right way. You love a woman in the wrong way, you end up like Samson with your eyes gouged out, man. Listen, man. They always use women to set men up, and it works. All throughout the Bible, men were set up by women, man. Because they know it works. Read that. Actually, drop that. Hold on, give me 1 second. Actually, read it one more time.
Quran Khan, sir. Deuteronomy 23:17. There shall be no whore of the daughters of Israel.
And there shall be no whores, man. And that would have saved that brother's life, man. If there's no whores in the world, that would save his life. Do you know how you know this woman's a whore? Because she had sex with him in order to set him up, man. Meaning she don't care about who she has sex with. Meaning she's willing to have sex with somebody that she don't like, somebody that she wants dead. She just wants to rob them. And we should let this be a lesson, man. That just because she has sex with you, it don't mean she likes you, man.
That's right.
Listen, man. I thought when women had sex with a man, I thought that was because she liked him. Nowadays in 2023, the game ain't the same no more, man.
Right.
A woman can have sex with you just to pass the time, man. She can have sex with you to pass the time until the killers arrive, man. Once upon a time, they cared about who they shared their body with. Once upon a time, they cared about who had their body. Now, nobody cares no more. She gave her body to this man, had sex with him, because when they done the forensic DNA, they found her DNA on him, man, which shows they had sex. Meaning they're willing to have sex with you to set you up. And the Bible says there should be no whores, man. Now, if there was no whores in the world, guess what? These women wouldn't be opening up their legs like this.
Right.
They wouldn't be having sex to set you up. Why? Because they would know that they can't be a whore. And this is why God's laws needs to govern this whole earth, man. God's laws needs to govern this whole earth. Because if the laws of God govern this whole earth, these women wouldn't be having sex freely just like that, man.
That's right.
They wouldn't be having sex with strangers them on Instagram half an hour before. But when God's laws don't govern this earth, guess what happens? There's honey trap murders,
Right.
date rape drugs, there's rapists, there's murderers, there's pedophiles. Whereas the Bible goes against all these things, man.
Right.
And people are mad at the Bible. How can you be mad at the Bible when the Bible's teaching your daughters not to set honey traps for men? The Bible's teaching your daughters not to be whores, man. How can you be mad at God for trying to teach your daughters and sons to do the right thing? Which lets you know this world's backwards, man.
That's right.
Drop that, get me Ecclesiasticus chapter 9 and verse 1.
Constant.
Hold on, give me 1 second.
Constant.
Also, when if any of you like want to jump in, just jump in whenever.
Constant.
Got any comments or whatever? Hold on, give me Oh yeah, you can go ahead whenever you got it.
Come on, constant. Ecclesiasticus 9 verse 1. Be not jealous over the wife of thy bosom, and teach her not an evil lesson against thyself.
So it says, don't teach her an evil lesson against yourself. Meaning, don't teach your woman how to hurt you. Obviously, this is saying don't teach your woman how to hurt you. This would be like you saying to your woman, if you cheat on me, it would break me. And then you've taught her how to break you, man. You've taught her how to hurt you. Like there's some things as a man, you're not supposed to tell your woman, man.
Right.
Don't tell her your weaknesses.
Right.
What's it called? Samson taught Delilah how to break him, man. He said the power's in my locks and this and that. And what was the first thing she did? She hurt him, man. You tell a woman, you treat a woman, teach a woman how to hurt you, she's going to hurt you, man. And Samson did it, and he got his eyes gouged out. Let that be a lesson. Go ahead.
Come. Give not thy soul unto a woman.
Don't give your soul unto a woman, man. Have some strength about you. Don't give your soul to a woman, man. Don't bend your morals and bend over backwards for a woman, man. Especially an undeserving one at that. Go ahead.
Come. To set her foot upon thy substance.
And he gave his soul to these women, and they set their foot upon his substance, man. And with this, previously, when we gave our soul to a woman, she set her foot upon her substance, child support, man.
Right.
That 15% they take out of your wage, that's your substance, man. You've gave yourself to her, and now they're taking 15% out of your substance, man. Because we've got with the wrong type of woman. This brother here gave his soul to a woman, and the substance that they took in his case was his life, man. They took his life over what some watches. Go ahead.
Come. Meet not with a harlot.
Do what?
Meet not with a harlot.
Meet not with a harlot, man. A harlot is a prostitute, man. A harlot is a whore. The Bible said there should be no whores, man. And this is saying meet not with a harlot. Because why you think this harlot loves you? She don't love you, man.
Right.
She loves money. And she's only meeting with you because you have money. These harlots only met with this man because they thought he had money because this in Rolex watches, man.
Right.
I'm telling you, usually speak to women for about 5 minutes and sometimes you can kind of work out what type they are based on what they ask for. If a woman's telling you to buy her a Birkin bag, straight away you should know this ain't no good woman. If a woman's telling you buy her all of these luxury things, in your mind you should know, okay, I kind of know what type of woman this is. Whereas there's a sister out there that will ask you, can you buy her a washing machine? Then you know, okay, then this woman seems okay because she wants things which, you know, make sense. Once they ask for Birkin bags, that should be enough. That should be enough for you to say, okay, this is the end of the road. Once they say, take me to Novikov and them expensive hotels, that should be enough for you to work out what type they are.
Right.
Go ahead.
Khan.
One second, you got a preset? Hold on 1 second. I can put us got a preset. Go ahead.
This is Proverbs chapter 7 and verse 16. Says, I have decked my bed with coverings of tapestry.
And this is what they say, man. This is how they entice you to come around. They tell you they got the nice bedding. They tell you this is your side, this is your pillow. All of those kind of things, man. They decorate the bedroom, the whole lot. Go ahead.
With carved works.
With carved works, man. I mean, it's carved and everything's done up nice. Go ahead.
With fine linen.
With fine linen. She said, I've got the satin bed sheets, man.
Right.
She said, I've got them satin Egyptian cotton bed sheets and come round this all for you. Go ahead.
I have perfumed my bed with myrrh.
And she goes, I've washed the bed sheets, man. I've washed the bed sheets and I've sprayed them with nice fragrances. Go ahead.
Aloes and cinnamon.
Aloes and cinnamon, which would have been obviously the things that they would have liked back then. Go ahead.
Come, let us take our fill of love.
Come and do what?
Come, let us take our fill of love.
And this is how they entice you, man. She'll message you pictures of her shaking her behind and saying, come on, let us take our fill of love, man. Back then, they had to physically say these things to you because there was no cameras. Nowadays, they just send you a picture of them on the bed naked now and say, this is their address.
Right.
They just send you them pictures naked. They send you a video. They got their breasts all out in the bedroom and they caption it, I'm home alone.
Right.
And what's the man going to do? A man's going to think with his penis and say, she's home alone.
That's right.
He's going to say she's home alone and he's going to jump in that car and he's going to drive there and not realize this might cost him his life, man.
Right.
Why? Because they know how men think. So they do these things to entice you, like this woman right here. All of these things she's saying is to entice a man. Go ahead.
Until the morning.
Until the what?
Until the morning.
She's saying, I got a free house and you can stay until the morning, man. You can stay until tomorrow. Go ahead.
Let us solace ourselves with love.
Let us solace ourselves in love, man. Let us make love. Let us do this position, that position, man. She's enticing him. Go ahead.
For the good man is not at home.
For the what?
For the good man is not at home.
For the good man is not at home. That's the husband, man. Imagine there is a type of women that invite next men around when their husband's not at home, man.
Right.
And this is why in here you need to get a woman that will never do, a woman where you don't even have to worry. Whereas imagine being a husband and you work nights and every time you go out, you have to worry about if she's going to invite somebody else around. You're setting up all of these secret cameras because you're paranoid. Listen, that woman is gonna drive you insane, man.
That's right.
That woman is gonna cause you to die before you're supposed to, because you're going to die from stress, man.
Right.
Imagine it said the good man is gone, meaning this woman's not loyal to her husband. What makes you think she's gonna be loyal to you, man?
That's right.
That should be step one. You're supposed to say, don't you have a husband? And then she's gonna say he's not here. You're meant to hit the block button, man.
Right.
You're meant to be like blocked. You tell the husband, look, man, your wife is playing the field, man.
Right.
She's inviting other men around. Listen, don't be simple and go because it's going to cost you your life. Go ahead.
Right. He's gone a long journey.
He's what?
He's gone a long journey.
And usually that long journey is prison, man.
Right.
You know how much men get cheated on when they go to jail?
Can't.
Do you know? You're in jail. She'll speak to you on the phone. She'll tell you everything's going great. And she'll be lying to her next man. And this next man knows she's got a man, but he don't care. He just wants sex.
Right.
And you're on the phone to her from jail, telling your cellmates, yeah, man, my woman, she just phoned me and I can't wait to see her. not realizing she's been having sex with everybody while you've been in jail, man.
That's right.
You're the good man that's gone on a long journey. Usually, this long journey is to jail, man.
Right.
Do you think a woman in the world stays loyal to a man when he goes to jail? No. On paper, she'll be his partner, but in the real world, when he's behind them bars, she's got somebody else she's having sex with, man.
Right.
And everybody knows this. It ain't rocket science.
That's right.
Everybody knows this. She might come and visit you, but then there's another man visiting her at night, man.
That's right.
There's another man taking this fill of love in your bed while you're sitting in jail.
Right.
There's another man taking this fill of love in your bed while you're working the night shift, man.
That's right.
Read on.
He have taken a bag of money with him and will come home on the day appointed.
And they said he's taking a bag of money with him and he's coming home the day appointed, meaning on a set date. He's coming home usually on his release date. Go ahead.
With her much fair speech, she caused him.
Wait, with her what?
With her much fair speech.
And that's why in the previous chapter it said her words is fine like honeycombs and her words is smoother than oil. Because with this fine speech, go ahead.
She caused him to yield.
She caused him to what?
She caused him to yield.
She caused him to yield, man. Them women caused that man to yield, man, with their fine speech,
Right.
telling him about a threesome. And the crazy thing is this man that got killed, he was part of the honey trapping business because why? He went to jail previously because he used the woman to set up somebody else and he robbed them. And it's crazy how he died the same way how he was harming people, man.
Right.
It's crazy, man. But go ahead.
With the fluttering of her lips, she forced him.
With the what?
With the fluttering of her lips, she forced him.
And with their flattery, man, they cause you to do things that you wouldn't usually do.
That's right.
With the flattering of their lips and the words they use and the pictures they send you, they force you to do things that you wouldn't usually do.
That's right.
Usually, as a man strong-minded, a man will be like, I'm not doing that. But then when it comes to women, certain things women do to make a man weak,
Right.
and he can't say no. And usually they're using the flattery of their lips, man.
Right.
Listen, a woman can cheat on you and convince you that it was your fault why she cheated, man. They can convince you it was your fault, man. They can convince you to say, you know what, maybe I was a bad husband. Maybe if I treated her better, she wouldn't do that. Right. Imagine that. She cheated on you. And she says, oh, it's because you don't spend enough time with me.
Right.
It's because you treat me bad. It's because you ain't been a good husband. And a man would actually say, I'm going to be a better husband so that don't happen again.
Right.
I'm sorry, let's start fresh. Let's draw a line in the sand and start fresh.
Madness.
Whereas a man in his right mind would never say that, man.
That's right.
A man in his right mind would never say some weak stuff like that.
Right.
But because women know how to entice men and use the flattery of their lips, they can kind of get anything they want, man.
Right.
And that's why them Philistines sent Delilah to get Samson, man.
Right.
Because they knew by the flattery of her lips, she's going to catch this man. And it worked. Anyone that quite as well?
Oh.
Yeah, go ahead.
He go up after her straight way.
He what?
He go up after her straight way.
Listen, man. She uses all that flattery. You're inviting these women around to yours straight away. You go to theirs straight away, man.
Right.
Not realizing you're heading towards your death.
That's right.
Not realizing you're rushing to your own death, man.
Right.
You're thinking, yeah, you're going there to go have sex. Nah, man. You're rushing to your death. You're rushing to get set up, and you don't even know it, man.
Right.
And this is a skill that some of them possess. They can flatter you, man. Meaning they can make you feel like everything's okay and all of those things. Go ahead.
As an ox, go off to the slaughter.
As a what?
As an ox, go off to the slaughter.
And that brother that got killed in the honey trap, he was like an ox to the slaughter, man.
That's right.
He heard threesome. And listen, on the other video, hold on, let me see if I can find it. Let me see if I can find it. When he goes to the door, it might not show. Hold on. That's it. Call you rush, you like an ox to the slaughter. The ox don't know he's going to get slaughtered. The ox is just thinking, yeah, I got many more days. The ox is thinking I got many more days, and that's what men think. Yeah, don't worry, she's not gonna. Now I can't find it, but on there it showed it, and what you'll see with the brother is after they stabbed him, he's walked out to the door, and you know how he was butt naked. You know, Quatzal. He was butt naked, man. Meaning he thought, I'm having the time of my life. I'm having this threesome. He was like an ox to the slaughter, man. And he's went there, Salakia. He was butt naked at the door, man. You didn't see the video, Hakim, did you?
No, sir.
You know what? It might be. I'm gonna have to. You know what? I'm gonna have to see if we can find it on iPlayer later on. Listen, man, it's sad to see, and women do these things to men. So I can read what you're holding, Hakim.
Quran Khan, use not much the company of a woman that is a singer.
So it's like what verse you at?
Ecclesiastes 8, 4.
Yeah, go ahead.
Quran Khan, use not much the company of a woman that is a singer.
Use not the company of much that is a woman that is a singer. Meaning there's some women with certain careers, man. Stay away from them. So women with certain careers, you stay away from them, man. They mean you're no good. Go ahead.
Quran Khan, lest thou be taken with her attempts.
Let's what?
Lest thou be taken with her attempts.
Unless you be taken with her attempts, man.
Right.
Them two women that got that man killed, he was taken with their attempts.
That's right.
He was taken with their attempts and it worked, man. There's a certain type of woman. Don't be around them like that. Go ahead.
Quran Khan, gaze not on a Talakia. Gaze not on a maid, that thou fall not by those things that are precious in her.
Gaze not on a maid, man. Meaning, there's women out there. Don't look at just the beauty aspect. Make sure it's a good woman before all of that, man.
That's right.
Because beautiful women set up the most men, man.
Right.
Listen, there's some women that know the beautiful that now they're on OnlyFans because they know that you're gonna pay, man.
Right.
They know. Once you look at a woman just for her beauty, guess what? You'll be paying for OnlyFans.
Right.
You'll be paying OnlyFans subscriptions and all of those things, man. Because why you've looked at a woman for her beauty. Go ahead.
Quran Khan, give not thy soul unto harlots.
Do what?
Give not thy soul unto harlots.
It says, give not thy soul unto harlots, man.
Right.
Don't give yourself to these hoes, man. And these hoes is the ones that's on OnlyFans.
Right.
And you're paying them. You're paying their bills, man.
Right.
You're paying their bills. You're paying for them to walk around with the nice bags and drive the nice cars. You're paying for all of it, man.
Right.
Meanwhile, your mom's broke, man.
Right.
Your mom's broke, but you're paying hoes, man. Imagine this. The electric money, you're giving it to harlots. It makes no sense, man. Read on.
Quran Khan, that thou lose not thine inheritance.
That what?
That thou lose not thine inheritance.
And listen, man. If you're picking up hoes, you're going to give all your money away to them, man.
Right.
All that money you're giving away, you're paying for all of these services from them. That's money that you could have put down towards a mortgage, man. That's money you could have put down towards a car, towards something else, man. But now you're giving it all to a harlot for her to live rich and your children to live poor. You're giving away your inheritance, man. Read on.
Quran Khan. Look not round about thee in the streets of the city, neither wander thou in the solitary places thereof.
And sometimes you could be looking for women in the wrong place, man.
Right.
You could be looking for women in the wrong place. I think, first of all, obviously, there might be, there might be good women in the club that goes out once in a while, but if she's in the club every single week, the DJ knows her. Have you been to the places where the DJ knows the women in the club? If she's a regular in the club and the DJ knows her, that says a lot, man.
Right.
That says a lot. Listen, imagine you've got a number in the club this week and the DJ knows her. It means somebody else got a number last week, man.
That's right.
Somebody else got a number the week before. Somebody else is going to get a number the week after you've had a number, man.
Right.
If she's in the club every week buying new outfits for the club, listen, man. Sometimes I'm telling you, but read on.
Quran Khan. Turn away thine eye from a beautiful woman, and look not upon another beauty.
So it says, turn away thine eye from a beautiful woman, man. Because most of them, It's honey traps, man. Don't desire a woman. Now, does this mean you can't have a beautiful woman? It don't mean that, man. What this means is don't desire a woman just for her beauty. Hold on. Where's the thing now? Yeah. So now, let me get the definition of honey trap. Hold on. So the definition of honey trap is, hold on, a stratagem in which an attractive person entices another person into revealing information or doing something unwise. Read what you just read, Hakayan.
Come on, sir. Look not around the turn away thine eye from a beautiful woman.
And here the definition of honey trap is, it says, in which an attractive person entices another person. Listen, man, the Lord's teaching you how to avoid a honey trap, man. Right. It's in the Bible how to avoid a honey trap, man. Right. The Lord said, turn away from a beautiful woman, man. And the definition of a honey trap is what? In which an attractive person entices another person. Right. The Lord's teaching you how to not be enticed by a beautiful person, man. Right. The Lord's teaching you how to avoid a honey trap. Listen, man. Honey trapping has been going on for a long time, man. And the records in the Bible teaches you how to avoid a honey trap. But obviously, most people don't follow the signs, and most people don't want to serve the Lord. This brother could have been alive if he if he read the scripture, man.
Right.
He would have learned how to avoid a honey trap. Hey, read that one more time, Hakian.
Khan, turn away thine eye from a beautiful woman.
Turn away thine eye from a beautiful woman. And the definition of a honey trap is what? A stratagem in which an attractive person entices another person into revealing information or doing something unwise. The Lord's telling you, don't look upon a beautiful woman so you don't do anything unwise, man. Right. The Lord's saying, look, man, don't look upon a beautiful woman so you don't end up doing anything unwise, man. Right. So you don't end up in a honey trap. The way to avoid a honey trap is in the Bible, man. Right. But most people don't want to serve the Lord, so they don't know this. Read on Hakayan.
Khan. Neither wander thou in the solitary places thereof. Turn away thine eyes and look not upon another's beauty.
It says, look not upon another's beauty, meaning also don't look at another man's wife, man. Imagine you're looking at a next man's wife saying she's beautiful. The Lord's saying, don't look upon another's beauty, man. Don't look on the next man's wife. Don't look at a next man's wife like that, man. Go ahead.
So, like you said, may I ask a question?
Go ahead.
So, if a man said to another man, your wife's beautiful, is that wrong?
It depends on the context.
As in beautiful, as in she looked beautiful.
No, like there's a way where a man can say your wife's beautiful, your wife's pretty, but that's as far as it goes. But then there's a man who's telling you your wife's beautiful like he wants to take her.
Right.
So there's
how do you differentiate the two then, if I could?
How do you differentiate the two?
Right.
By knowing if this man's trying to stare at your wife and have secret conversations with her, trying to speak to her behind your back, trying to do all of those kind of things, then you know, yo, this man wants my wife. But if it's just a brother that says your wife's beautiful and just keeps it moving, then you just know he's just letting you know your wife's beautiful. So that one there is nothing to worry about. But then when a man's trying to speak to your wife in secret, trying to convince your wife that she's better off without you, then you know, okay, then when this man's saying your wife is beautiful, then you know that this man sounds like he's trying to take her, man. Or a brother just saying, it's like a brother saying, yeah, your children are beautiful, your wife's beautiful. That's just, he's just letting you know, yeah, you got a beautiful family. Whereas that one there is fine, but then it's when a man's trying to contact your wife, trying to move to your wife, and then you're feeling comfortable and uneasy about it. Then you know something ain't right. If you're starting to think, hold on, there's all these other women, and it's just my wife that, you get me? So then you got a different. You definitely know the difference.
Can't forward for that, sir.
No, sir. Usually a brother will just say, yeah, your wife's beautiful in passing, your family's beautiful, and then yeah, that's as far as it will go.
Can't.
But then in the world, there's a man out there that will be like, yo, my man's girl's fire. Yo, you seen her? You seen her bigger breast and bottom? She's fire. Now, when a man says that, he's trying to have sex with your wife. So then that's how you know the difference. Now, if a man was to say, yo, your wife's beautiful, man, look how big her breast and bottom is, then you know, it's thinking more, it's going too far. So
Can
yeah.
you well, we wouldn't be able to break the law by doing anything like that, would we? I mean, we just have to walk away, right?
What do you mean?
Like, if someone did say that to me, I'm thinking, you know what I mean? I want to punch him straight away. You know what I mean? But if I can't, would it be lawful to do that?
No, you shouldn't punch him. What you should do is teach the brother, like, look, show some respect. This is my wife. But in the real world, a man will never say this to you anyway.
Can't.
So in the real world, a man smarter than that is going to see you and he's going to know. Listen,
not to do.
You look like someone you don't play with.
So
unless he's trying to get himself hurt,
yeah.
Unless he wants to die, he ain't going to say this to you.
Can't.
So yeah.
Go on, sir.
No sir.
I'm gonna ask. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Is a honey trap similar to like a first trap?
Yeah, that too. So women post first traps. Why? Because they know that men like it.
Right.
So she'll post the picture from the back, knowing what's going to happen. Everyone's going to click the like button.
Right.
That's why she posts them pictures. Now, if all these women click the like button and 100 men in the comments said, put the sick face, ho, 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 she'll take the picture down. But because men put love heart eyes in the comments, she posts that and she knows all these men want to have sex with her. So she knows you want to have sex with her. So what does she do? She charges. She charges. She knows, you know what? You want to have sex with me. You. She knows 10 of you want to have sex with me. So what does she do? Charges all of you to have sex with her, man. Makes all of you give her money. And then you think you're the only one giving her money. You think you're the only one when you ain't the only one. Is there any more on that what you're holding, Hakian?
Salakia. Cancer. Turn away thine eye from a beautiful woman and look not upon another's beauty. For many have been deceived by the beauty of a woman.
And many men have what?
Been deceived by the beauty of a woman.
Listen, man. Let's read the definition of honey trap. It says, many have been deceived by the beauty of a woman. Here it says, a stratagem in which an attractive person, so straight away, an attractive person entices another person into revealing information or doing something unwise. Read that part that you just read again. The Lord's teaching us how to avoid a honey trap, man. The Lord's saying, look not at a beautiful woman, because this beautiful woman is going to cause you to do something that you're not supposed to do. And that's the definition of a honey trap, man. Avoiding a honey trap is in the Bible. But obviously, most people wouldn't know this. Go ahead.
Cancer. Turn away thine eye from a beautiful woman and look not upon another's beauty. For many have been deceived by the beauty of a woman.
For many have been deceived by the beauty of a woman. Many have been caught in a honey trap because of the beauty of a woman. Many have been stabbed to death because they've been tricked by a beautiful woman, man. They've been caught in a honey trap, a first trap, you name it, man. Many have been deceived by a beautiful woman. And that's the definition of a honey trap, man. And how to avoid a honey trap is in the Bible, man. Go ahead.
Come on, for herewith love is kindled as a fire.
For herewith love is kindled as a fire, man. You're going to fall in love. You keep looking at some beautiful woman that you're not supposed to. You're going to end up falling in love with some next man's woman, man. Right. You're going to start saying, your mind's going to start telling you, well, he don't treat her good. Maybe she should be with me because I'll treat her better. That's what every R&B song was about back in the 90s, man.
Right.
Every R&B song was about, I can love you better. Who sings that song, I can love you better?
Only you can.
Is it Mario? Is it Mario?
Can't remember. That.
Let me love you in that.
Find out who sings I Can Love You Better. I don't think that's Mario. Nah, man, I think them songs are from the 90s. I swear Mario was only around.
Are you talking about R. Kelly?
Is it R. Kelly that sings I Can Love You Better?
down low or something, innit? Keep it on a down low.
Yeah, all of that too, man.
Yeah.
These are songs where your woman would listen to these songs, and in her mind, this means I should have sex with another man. In her mind, this means I can have sex with another man. I can love you better, and all of that kind of nonsense. Go ahead.
Condones can't. Sit not at all with another man's wife.
And now this is the part that that answers your question, Hakian. You're not supposed to sit with another man's wife, man.
Right.
Another man ain't supposed to sit with your wife, man. Imagine this. Imagine this. You come home and there's another man sitting with your wife. That's not supposed to happen, man. That ain't supposed to happen, man. The Bible says, sit not with another man's wife. You know why? Because you're going to sit with that man's wife and you still going to get to know each other, man. You're going to get to know each other. You're going to be conversating. He's going to tell you a few things. You're going to tell her a few things. You're going to think, you know what? I think she likes me. And she's going to think, I think he likes me. He sounds like a nice guy. He seems like a nice guy. Listen, man. All of these things, this right here defeats. Hold on, let me stop sharing this. This right here defeats that nonsense that a woman's got a male best friend.
Yeah.
All of this. A woman's got a male best friend. Listen, man. Listen, man. My grandma's about what? My grandma died at about 70. Listen, man, Hakian. I've never heard my grandma say she had a male best friend, man.
Calm.
I've never heard it. That's some new stuff, that is, man.
Calm.
Now my granddad had a few female friends, so lucky. My granddad had a few female friends, but now my grandma never had no male best friend, man. That's some new 2020 stuff. He's my best friend. He gives me advice. What did the Bible say? Read that again, Hakian.
Condones can't sit not at all with another man's wife.
Do what? It don't sit. It says sit not with another man's wife, man. It says sit not with another man's wife. Another man's wife, you ain't supposed to sit with, man. Right. Why? Because you're going to end up sleeping with that man's wife.
Right.
You're going to end up falling in love with each other, man. You're going to end up falling in love with each other. And then guess what's going to happen? You would have what? Now you're going to start a whole war, man. You're going to start a whole war. You're going to ruin a whole family. It goes deeper than you just doing that. You're going to ruin a whole family. You're going to start a whole war. Someone's going to be hunting your life. And guess what's going to happen? You're going to be known as the man that got killed over here trying to sleeping with somebody else's woman.
God.
Your legacy is going to be stained. Right. He died over sleeping with somebody else's woman. Oh, how did he die? He died because he slept with somebody else's woman. And then tons of people's going to say, wow, he deserved it, man.
That's right.
Tons of people's going to say he deserved it. Whereas if you followed the laws of God, you wouldn't sleep with another man's woman, man. Imagine this. The woman usually lives to tell the tale. It's the man that goes to war with the next man.
Right.
And the woman lives to tell the tale, man. And everybody does what? Feels sorry for her. But nobody feels sorry for you when you're dead in the grave, man. Right. One man goes to jail for life. One man goes to the grave. This woman then opens her legs to 50 next men.
Right.
She opens her legs to 50 next men. It's not worth it, man. If your woman cheats on you with a next man, you leave her, man.
That's right.
Why are you going to risk your freedom when there's plenty more women out here that won't cheat on you, man?
That's right.
Why would you go kill that man to go sit in jail for the rest of your life, whereas you could just move on from her and find a good woman that don't cheat on you, man? And guess what? The demon in this woman is going to do what? Keep contacting you saying, let's get back together. Let's try again. Let's get back together. And you're supposed to say, we ain't never getting back together, man. You're supposed to parade the new woman around, man. You parade the new woman around, man.
That's
and
right.
let this one know them days is done. You ruined it, and me and you ain't never getting back together. And this is what you do. You sit back and just watch her life crumble, man.
Right.
Because the next man will beat her up. Don't worry about it. Give it time. The next man will beat her up. The next man will be a drug addict. The next man will be a criminal in and out of prison. And she cheated on you for short-term happiness. And now she's with that man. Guess what? She ain't going to find no rest and no peace, man. Right. Do you think you're going to cheat on the man that God gave you and find a good man after that? It don't work that way, man.
Right.
Do you think God's going to give you a good man that you've cheated on, and you're going to find the perfect man after that?
Right.
It don't happen, man.
Right.
Life don't work like that, man.
That's
The
right.
Lord don't reward bad behavior, man. The next
Right.
man you get is going to beat you up, man.
Right.
You're going to be wearing sunglasses in the winter and in the nighttime because you got black eyes, and you're going to be thinking such and such didn't treat me this bad. It's your own fault, man, because you wanted short-term happiness. Now you live with this happiness, man.
That's right.
You live with this happiness. How it goes in here, man. The man that the Lord gives you in here, if you leave that man, you ain't never getting a UPK man again, man.
Right.
Listen, you have one shot at it, man. You have one shot at it. Get me? You're not gonna get there to talk that nonsense. Oh, I fell out of love. I fell out of love. Listen, man, you better fall back in love, man. The same way you fell out of love, you better fall back in love, man. Or you're gonna be single for the rest of your days, man.
Right.
You better fall back in love, man. Go ahead, Hakian.
Karan Khan.
Nah, I'm too.
No, sit down with her in thine arms.
No what?
Sit down with her in thine arms.
No, sit down with her in your arms, man. No, sit down with her in your arms, man. This is what to do, man. Don't sit down with her in your arms. Why? You're sitting down trying to coddle her, listening to her problems. She's telling you about her man, and you're saying, "Oh, listen, man. Sometimes women make bad choices in life, and they have to live with it, man."
Right.
Who are you? Who are you to try? Who are you to console her? Who are you? You ain't no counselor. You ain't no love guru or none of those things. You're trying to console the next man's wife when really you're just trying to have sex with her, man. You don't care that this man's treating her bad. You're just trying to have sex with her, man. And that's why you tell her everything she wants to hear. If I was your man, I would never do that. How does he treat a beautiful woman like you so bad? How does he not see what he's got? You're worth more than that. And you tell her all these things so you can sleep with her, man. Listen, man. Well, listen, this woman's crying, complaining about her, man. You tell her, go to he and D alone, man.
Right.
You tell her, go to he and D alone, man.
That's right.
You tell her, you go to your man. Listen, man. Imagine you want to tell me all about your man's problems, but when you had one leg on the East Coast and one leg on the West Coast,
Right.
I was nowhere to be seen, man.
Right.
I was nowhere to be seen. But now when everything's going bad, I'm involved now. Like you would have thought how their legs open in the room for her, the way how she's coming and expecting you to be a agony aunt and a love guru. So, there's a thing called mind your business, man. That's her marriage, man. That's her marriage. That's her relationship, man. If she wants counsel, she will contact the school. That's what it's supposed to be. If she wants counsel, she will contact the school. And nowhere in the school are you going to find the man lying with her in his arms, man.
Right.
She's going to come to a council of men of the Lord, and she ain't going to be lying in their arms. That's something that happens in the world. He will say to her, "Oh, you're upset. Come round. I'll get you something to eat. I'll pour you a drink. I'll do this. I'll do this. I'll do that." Listen, man. Don't lie down with the next man's woman in your arms. Go ahead.
Karan Khan. And spend not thy money with her at the wine.
And don't be taking no next man's woman out, man.
Right.
You're taking the next man's woman out for drink, for drinks, for cocktails, for wine, for all of these things. Don't take a next man's wife there, man. Because you know why? What happens after parties? After parties, everybody wants to have sex, man. Everybody. Listen, man. How it goes now is one date and everyone's having. Listen, it's not a good day nowadays. How people look at it in the world is it's not a good date unless you had sex afterwards. If you didn't have sex afterwards, it's not a good date. So you sitting with a next man's wife at the wine. What do you think is going to happen after the wine when it's time to drop her home, man? She's going to invite you in. Do you want a coffee? Is that what they say? Do you want a coffee, or is that just a white people thing? Do you want a coffee? Listen, coffee is code for do you want to come in and have sex with me? Do you want a coffee? In EastEnders, they used to remember they used to say, "I don't want coffee, I want you." Can you remember? Remember? That's what they used to say in EastEnders. They used to be like, "I don't want coffee, I want you." They used to start kissing in slow motion, and then it ends. Listen, man, don't sit with the next man's wife at the wine, man,
Right.
because you're gonna be trying to go back to her place and having sex with her, man. What verse you at?
Middle of 9, sir.
Go ahead.
Lest thine heart incline unto her.
Lest
And-
thine heart incline unto her, man, because you're gonna start to like her. You're gonna start to fall in love with her, and before you know it, you're full on committing adultery, man. Which started off with you just avoiding all the signs, whereas you wasn't supposed to go there in the first place. You wasn't meant to take her for wine, and now you've done it, and that man's gonna haunt your life. Go ahead.
Come on, cancer. And so through desire thou fall into destruction.
And thou what?
Fall into destruction.
And you're gonna fall into destruction, man. And it's going to happen. There's no good result for a man that takes the next man's wife, man. There's no good result, man. You're going to fall into destruction. Do you think that man's not going to think about that all the time? Do you think that man, listen, there's certain things you do to a man and he ain't going to let you can't build the bridge back, man. There's certain things you do to a man and that man ain't going to let it slide, man. Imagine this man loves this woman and you take the one thing he loves, man. This man is going to haunt your life. You take the one thing he loves. Imagine to you, this is just some easy woman, but this man loves this woman and you take the one thing he loves. What do you think he's going to do, man? He's going to come and kill you when you least expect it.
Yeah.
He's going to come and lay in wait for you when you least expect it, man. And the headlines is going to be, man kills a man because he took his wife, and he shouldn't kill you, but he will kill you, man. Let me get one more. Give me, hold on, let me get Proverbs chapter 13 and verse 20.
Kalawan Khan. Proverbs 13, verse 20. He that walketh with wise men shall be wise.
He that walketh with wise men shall be wise, man. Walk with wise men and you're going to be wise. Walk with wise men and you're going to make wise decisions. Go ahead.
Kalawan Khan. But a company of fools shall be destroyed.
And a company of fools shall be destroyed. Read on. I don't think this is the right one. Go ahead.
Kalawan Khan. Evil pursueth sinners. But
evil what?
Pursueth sinners.
Says evil pursues sinners, man. Evil pursues sinners. And you're committing sin. It's going to be evil that's going to be out to get you, man. That's right. Like this man was having threesomes, and evil came to get him, man. He got butt naked, man. He was having threesomes, and evil came to get him, man. Evil pursues sinners, man. And this is why we mustn't live a sinner's life. Because if we live a sinner's life, evil's going to pursue us. So what we need to do is we need to change our life, man. Right. We need to change our life. We don't need to wait till tomorrow. We need to change our life today. Because evil pursues sinners. Read that one more time.
Kalawan Khan. It's a luck, yeah. Was it 13 verse,
I believe, was it 20?
Oh, can't. Evil, he that walketh with wise men shall be wise.
And a man that walks with wise men will understand. Don't touch no next man's woman. Don't do this. Don't take drugs. Don't do this. Don't do that. Don't sell crack. Don't do none of those things. A man that walks with wise men will understand these things. Go ahead.
Kalawan Khan. But a company of fools shall be destroyed.
But a company of fools shall be destroyed. Go ahead.
Kalawan Khan. Evil pursueth sinners.
Evil pursues sinners, man.
Right. And
if you're a sinner, there's evil following behind you, man.
That's right.
The evil's moving quicker than you are, and it's about to catch up with you, man. That's right. The sins that you're doing, the evil's about to catch up with you. And with that, we're going to wrap it up because we got jump in the council in a minute. So clap it up. Security announcements and we out of here. Obviously, I'll do part 2 next week where we're going to date rape, drugs, and all of those kind of things.
To what class, sir?
Most of the you got them. there. Check under them books there. Not under there. All right, then we're gonna do one courtesy salute. Let's do the courtesy salute.
Amajim Shabbat, Amajim Barak, Yahweh Shem Yah Shabrakatah,
Yahweh Shem Yah Shabrakafam.
Najimata, classes, miss.
All right, for what again, Hakean, Shalom Israel will be here tomorrow with Officer Karafia.
No, sir. Shalom, sir.
Shalom.
God in Christ.